evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Jules Montagnier Incorporated, makers of fine cosmetics, makers of Stop-It spray deodorant, the deodorant that is changing a nation's habit, the deodorant you apply like this. Poof, there goes perspiration. Invites you to enjoy television's gayest game. What's My Line?
And now, let's meet our What's My Line panel of well-known personalities whose lines you already know. First, the well-known columnist of the New York Journal-American, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, our guest panelist, the noted publisher, author, raconteur, and wit, Mr. Bennett Cerf.
And on my left, one of the wittiest ladies on television, Miss Arlene Francis.
And on my left, one of our favorite panelists who does... What do you do, Hal Block?
I refuse to answer on the ground that it might tend to incriminate me. And on our left, our favorite MC, our master of ceremonies, a famous news commentator. I won't even kid you tonight, John Daly.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line, presented by Stop-It. Once again tonight, we're going to put our cameras close up on a few people from some varied, we hope, unexpected occupations. All of them here to give the panel a run for its money. At least they hope to take home some prize money. We'll also have a famous guest challenger before the panel a little bit later in the show, but now to start things rolling, it's time for our experts to meet our first challenger, whose job they'll have to spot. Oh, he is already signing in, and his name is Mike Tomasco. Is that right, sir? Fine. Well, Mr. Tomasco, you turn around here a bit so we can get a good look at you and tell me where you live.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, that's in Pennsylvania, isn't it? Well, you see, I'm very bright. I'm right on the button tonight, and I'm sure that the panel is, too. So will you walk down there in front of the panel and let them get a good look at you? Should we look at the label?
Yes. You want to open your coat for me? Let me see the label. Uh-huh.
I just do this with
it's
girls.
a suit.
You shake hands?
May I see the label on the tie? It's rather a short tie, but it's very gay.
All right, Mr. Tomasco, you come back here and sit next to me, if you will, and on the basis of your handwriting, what you said, how you said it, and the length of your necktie, and the label you had in your suit, we'll give them one free guess as to what your line may be, and we'll start the free guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think he's connected with the prize fight business.
With the prize fight business. Mr. Cerf.
I think he has something to do with Wanamaker's.
With Wanamaker's. Miss Francis.
I think he has a pizzeria in Philadelphia.
A pizzeria in Philadelphia. You mean he ate one tonight before he came up, or he has the urea there? All right, Mr. Block.
I think he's a cheese cutter.
A cheese. No, I'm afraid you're all wrong, and now we'll let our viewers at home have a really close look at Mr. Tomasco, and at the same time, we'll tell them what his line is. But you've got to dig. Panel, you know the rules. You ask questions in turn to be answered yes or no. Each no answer will cost the panel $5. We keep a record up here, 10 big fat no's, and you will have lost the game. We'll give you one more bit of help. Mr. Tomasco is salaried. With that, we'll begin the general questioning with Mr. Block.
Do you deal in services?
Yes.
Do you also deal in products?
Yes.
Are your products wearable products?
Yes.
Can it be worn by males and females?
Yes.
Well,
You're hot tonight, Mr. Block.
Wow.
What's he going to do?
Is it ornamental?
Oh, it certainly can be, I think. Yes.
Would I be likely to wear...
I sometimes think we should do it, but no. 1 down and 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Is this something that is useful as well as ornamental?
Yes.
Well, I'll stick my neck way out. Is this something that a woman would be more likely to purchase than a man?
Wait, would you ask that question again?
Well, I could rephrase it.
No, you just go ahead and ask it. We lost it in the chuckle.
Oh. Well, would one sex be more likely to buy this than another?
Would one sex be more likely to buy this than another?
Now, notice I said buy, not wear.
Yes, I know,
You
but I
realize
don't
that-
think we can honestly give you an affirmative answer to that question as it was posed, because more likely kind of throws us off. We'll
But
call it 2
women
down.
buy 80% of all the things that are bought in this country.
Yeah, I know that. I'm married, Miss Kilgallen. All right, that's 2 down and 8 to go. Mr.
Does the thing you manufacture appear visible when people are out on the street? Yes.
It can.
Yes.
Certainly can.
Is it worn above the waist?
Yes.
Is it worn above the neck?
No. There's 3 down and 7 to go. I'm getting lost. Miss Francis?
Is it something that you put on when you go out?
It's something you put on when you go out.
I would put on?
Some people put this on when they go out?
Well, I think that in the context of the question as you're asking it, you mean put it on themselves before they go out. In that context, you mean it, Miss Francis?
Yes, I
There's
presume I do, and
4
that's how
to
it
go.
I think we better get into a conference.
All right, we'll give you 30
Maybe
seconds
it's
for
a
a conference.
straitjacket.
Now, why are people laughing so much?
I think that this is something we've established. This is useful as well as ornamental. I think there might
Well,
be a
every
cue
time you
in
say
that.
you wear it on a person, they get nervous.
It might be worn by a dog.
A what?
It might be worn by a dog.
Hey, could it be worn by an animal?
Yes.
It could?
Yes.
Will the animals wear it?
Yes.
Oh. Now I know why I got the laugh. Could it be worn by a dog?
Yes.
Could it be, what do they call those around the neck?
Oh, that's very difficult, and we're not going to give you one bit of help. You can just dig out
A
yourself.
halter around the dog collar.
A dog collar. That's right. Makes dog collars down in Philadelphia.
No, a dog collar man when you see one, huh?
And I said I should wear one.
Yes. And you remember I said I thought sometimes you should too, Hal, but
I should never leave these things open for you.
I think muzzle would be more appropriate.
Oh, the point is well
Well, if
taken.
you would like the muzzle, any time at all, girl.
Well, I must say, panel, you did very well, and Mr. Tomasco, you did fairly well with your prizes. We hope you enjoyed yourself, and thanks very much for being our guest at What's My Life. Good night, sir. All right, panel, let's see what you can do with challenger number 2. Will you sign in, please, sir? Joseph Langen. Is that right, sir? Yes. How do you do? It's very nice to see you. You turn around here a bit so we can get a look at you. Will you tell us, first of all, where you live?
In New York City.
In New York City. Well,
Right.
then all these people, I'm quite sure, are very familiar to you, and they want to become familiar with you. So right down in front of the panel for me, if you will.
You have a little chalk right there where your hand is. I just wanted you to... That's fine. May I see your hand?
He smokes.
Yes, he
May
does.
I see that button
Nicotine
you're wearing
taster.
in the lapel? What does that say? I can't see it.
United States Marines.
Oh,
Well, we know what he is.
now you have another pair of glasses.
I use 2 pair of glasses.
Why do you use 2 pairs?
One for reading, one for...
One for reading and one for seeing.
And one for looking.
Very
All
good.
right, Mr. Langen, will you come over here and sit down next to me, please? On the basis of your handwriting, what you said, how you said it, and the close look that the members of the panel have had at you, we give them one free guess at this stage as to what your line may be. We'll begin the free guesses, as usual, with Miss Kilgallen.
Well, he looks to me like some type of law enforcement officer.
Some type of law enforcement officer. Mr. Cerf?
Could he be a top sergeant in the Marines?
My, you look formidable, don't you, sir? All right, Miss Francis?
Oh, no, I think he's probably a barker with a circus.
A barker with a circus. Mr. Block?
I think it's probably a pencil sharpener turner.
A pencil sharpener turner. No, I'm afraid you're all wrong.
He likes that.
But now we'll let our viewers at home have a really close look at Mr. Langen. At the same time, we'll tell them what his job is. However, panel, you know you've got to take the facts. I won't go through the rules again. Let it suffice that every time you get no, it costs you $5. We keep the record up here. 10 no's and you will have lost the game. We'll give you one more bit of help. Mr. Langen is salaried. With that, we'll begin the general questioning with Miss Francis.
Do you deal in services, Mr. Langham?
Pardon?
Do you deal in services? Is servicing part of your job?
You do
Yes,
things.
he deals in services. That's
you
right.
do things for people.
Yes.
Do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is there any product in your job at all that you handle?
No.
You mean this is in the context of is there a product
Is there a
in
product
connection with his service?
with his service?
One down and 9 to go. Mr. Block.
Well, then you deal exclusively, I guess, in services.
That's very good,
true.
Mr. Block.
I thought that was rather smart.
Oh, yes.
Can you
Just
do
to
what
get
you do when you're sitting down?
I beg your pardon?
Can you do what
Can you do
when
what
you're
you
sitting
do
down?
when you're sitting down?
Yes.
Some of it is done
Some
sitting down.
part.
Let's put it that way.
Well, you do some of it standing up?
Right.
This kid is versatile. Are people happier on account of what you do?
No.
They
No,
are.
I think we will have to take a look at this on the broad canvas, shall we?
Well, let's do that. Now,
On the broad canvas, I would say that perhaps people are happier because of what he does.
well, do you help them solve their problems?
Does he help them solve their problems? Sometimes I think you do, don't you, Mr.
Yes.
Langen? Yes. Sometimes he precipitates the result, let us say.
Does it ever have anything to do with their health?
No, I think we can take note of that. 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you consider yourself in a business?
In business?
In a business?
No.
Well, that's a very different. I'd like to have a small consultation. We don't want to mislead you. Let us say that he performs his services for what would be considered a business. I think you'll accept that, won't you, sir?
That'll be all right.
Is that what you were looking for, Miss Kilgallen?
Well, that will do as long as it isn't a no.
I thought you'd buy it. Now, you go on from there, if you will.
Do you work with your hands at all?
Work with my hands at all, yes.
Sometimes he has to.
Do you move about at all in your work?
I didn't hear that.
Do you move about at
about?
all?
Do you
Yes.
walk around?
Yes.
Do you go from place to place?
No.
You mean from play? Would you clarify the question? Because we don't want to
Well,
throw you off.
Does he go from room to room or across the room?
I see. You mean, does he move around within a confined area?
Within an enclosure, let's
Or
say.
from street to
And
street?
that, I think perhaps we'd say yes to that, wouldn't we? Yes.
That'll answer all right.
You know.
Would you say that your job was as concerned with the physical as the mental?
That's a call.
I would say it was. I
Somewhat.
think, yeah, I think we could say that it was.
And do you perform your services in connection with men as well as women, or vice versa?
Yes.
Do you deal with these people personally? Do you come in contact with them, in physical contact with them?
Sometimes I would say you would, wouldn't you?
Sometimes, yes.
You know.
Do you ever touch them?
Sometimes.
Is your work in any way disciplinary?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Are some of the people that you come in contact with not quite so glad to see you? Face to
Yes.
face? Is any form of deduction necessary in your job?
Yes.
Are you any type of sleuth?
Any type of what?
Sleuth.
Sleuth.
Wasn't sure what you're calling it.
Yes.
Yes.
You've heard of the awful sleuth.
And you work in New York City, but you work for a profit-making organization.
Yes.
Then I am right in assuming that if you are any type of sleuth, you are a private sleuth.
A private sleuth, you mean as outside of the official
The government
police,
type
the government
of
type of sleuth?
sleuth.
Yes, we're right about that.
Well, are you in any phase a detective or watchman or anything like that? A detective? Is he a private detective? Or an investigator?
Well, now, don't throw the question so fast. We got to. Would you accept that you are a private detective in a sense, and that you're not a part of an official government group?
Right.
So he's a private detective, but we got to have a little bit more specific designation than that, Miss Kilgallen.
We got to know who he's following.
Well, I had in mind like a Pinkerton.
You had in mind a who?
A Pinkerton.
You had in mind a Pinkerton. Would you like to stick with the Pinkerton?
Well, unless you let me change to Burns.
Would you like to keep it Burns then?
Well,
3 down and 7 to go. Mr. Cerf. Now, you've just got to find out
Getting
what
hard.
kind of a detective.
Yes,
Like.
is your detecting confined to one particular species of wrongdoing? That is, do you specialize in one certain kind of detective work?
No, I don't think we can say that. I would say that it covers a general area, so we'd have to say no to that. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
You said that it would be possible for him to go from room to room in a certain place. Would he be a hotel or house detective?
Yes. Well,
I hope it isn't incriminating in any way that I guessed that.
Well, as you can
Seen
see,
this man before, Arlene.
the Ritz-Carlton Hotel is where you will find him.
Well,
Yeah.
could be.
Well,
He's
this is
being
one of the
torn
few
down,
places I'm
isn't
going
he?
to keep out of.
By the way, I've seen you in there, too.
Are you going to be torn down with the hotel?
Yes, they're torn down, all torn down.
Are you also a private eye? Because I'd like to become a pupil.
No, I will say, Mr. Langan, you did fairly well with the prizes. We hope you enjoyed yourself, and thanks very much for being our guest of What's My Line. Good night, sir. And now, before we meet our mystery guest for this evening, here's a message from Stop It.
People are certainly funny about some things. Yes, you. And you. And you. Just because it's a cool day, you forget that perspiration is always a serious problem. Yes, you take even a greater chance of offending when heavy clothes and stuffy rooms prevent the normal circulation of air. And isn't it silly to risk offending when Stop Ed gives you such a simple and convenient way of avoiding unpleasantness? Just a squeeze of this famous plexoplastic bottle and poof, there goes perspiration. Just remember to hold the bottle strictly upright, never to the side. Then you get a mist-fine spray like this. And the assurance of lasting protection that's safe for normal skin and clothes. Find out why they call Stop It the deodorant that is changing a nation's habits. At your favorite cosmetic counter, ask for Stop It Spray Deodorant.
And now we come to the regular special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity. And since our experts over here would recognize our famous guest on sight, we've provided them with blindfolds. Are all those blindfolds in place, panel? Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? Now, you come over here and sit down next to me. Panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery celebrity, we dispense with the usual amenities and get right down to the general questioning. Let's begin the general questioning with Miss Francis.
Are you in the entertainment business?
No, ma'am. No, that's one
What?
down and
No.
9 to go. All right, Mr. Block.
Are you in the public eye?
Slightly.
Slightly? Well, have you ever been on television?
Yes,
You have been on television?
yes.
Has it been a regular program?
No. Not as we accept regular programs. No, I don't think so. 2 down and 8 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Would you say that you were on a special events program?
No.
Well, now this, sir, gives us a little trouble. In special events, you mean the whole broad field of programs for the Red Cross and that sort of thing, Miss Kilgallen? Anything that's outside of the normal entertainment
Can we
program?
have a little conference for a
That's
second?
right.
Well, in that context, I think we can say yes, and that this is not a regular weekly studio program, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes. You say you're not in the entertainment world.
No.
By that, are you ruling out the sports world, too?
Yes.
Are you in what is loosely called public life?
Yes.
Are you in politics?
Yes.
Is it New York politics?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you in federal politics?
Yes.
Are you at present mixed up in a very famous investigation?
Are you at present mixed up in a very famous investigation?
Yes.
Hey, Bennett, find out if people are happier on account of what he does.
Are you on the right side of this investigation?
I hope so.
Oh, that voice.
Are you one of the people who has been going all around the country with this investigation?
Yes.
Are you a senator?
Yes.
Well, now, who could this be? We
Are
may
you
have
Stop pulling the wings off flies, Mr. Cerf.
Well, we ought to give the head man the first crack. Are you Senator Kefauver?
Yes, that's right. Yes, Mr. Block.
Wow. I just wanted to tell the senator that I love his new show, What's My Crime?
I'm glad to be meeting you here tonight, Senator.
Yeah, under these kind of auspices. As a matter of fact, are you sure you want to be shown on television or just your hands?
You've been doing a brilliant job. We're delighted that you're on our panel.
As a matter of fact, and the program itself is one of the most interesting programs. I think they've shown that while you're on, half the cafes and the shows and everything are empty. So
Well,
you've got a mighty fine rating in addition to being a senator.
Well, I want
We'd
to tell
like
you
to
something
have
else.
your rating.
Senator Kefauver has asked me to send his check for $50 to Hiwassee College in Madisonville, Tennessee, which is his home state, and it's to be donated to the student fund. Is that right, sir?
That's right.
Dr. Rowell is the president. We send it down to him.
That's correct.
Well, that's a very generous move, and we expect it from you. Thanks very much for being
Thank
our
you,
guest
Mr.
on
Daly.
What's My Line tonight. And now, while our next challenger is getting ready to sign in, this is just a reminder that if you'd like to appear... Put the who...
And he's photogenic, too.
Now, just a reminder, if you'd like to appear in our program, What's My Line, and try to puzzle this panel over here, they're doing very well tonight, simply send us your picture. Any small snapshot will do. Your name, your address, your occupation, and when you expect to be in New York. And send all of this to What's My Line, CBS, 485 Madison Avenue, New York 22, New York. And please send your letters addressed to What's My Line and not to me, because that just delays them. And if you'd like to attend the show, let us know. We'd be glad to send you some tickets. Now let's see what we can do with another challenger. Will you sign in, please, sir? Alan A. Gustel. Is that right, sir? Yeah, thanks very much. Can we have the chalk back? We found out where we can't have the chalk. First of all, will you tell us where you live?
New York City.
You live in New York City.
Trembling about? Do you know Kefauver, too?
No, I tell you, you look as though you're going to really take this panel on, so they want to get a closer look at you, and I think you'd like to get a closer look at them. Will you walk down in front of the panel for me, please?
I wonder if I might see that ring on your pinky. Oh, he's an elk.
He doesn't look like
And
an
that
elk.
little button is what?
He looks a little like a...
American Legion.
American Legion elk.
All right, Mr. Gustel, will you come over here and sit down next to me now, please? And on the basis of your handwriting, what you said, how you said it, the fact that you could follow Senator Kefauver and not worry about it, and the close look that the panel has had at you, we're going to give them one free guess as to what your line may be, and we'll begin our free guesses as usual with Miss Kilgallen.
I think he's a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
A member of the Chamber of Commerce. Covers a lot of ground, could be true, but doesn't help us much. Mr. Cerf.
I think he owns a store of some kind.
I think he owns a store of some kind. Miss Francis.
I think he manufactures playing cards.
Manufactures playing cards. Mr. Block.
Well, I'd say he manufactures dice, but the senator may still be here.
No, I'm afraid you're all wrong, but let our viewers at home now get a really close look at Mr. Gustel. At the same time, we'll tell them what his line is. But, panel, you've got to dig for facts. You know the rules. I won't go through them again. Just remember that when I get this scoreboard back to zero where it is now, each no answer is going to cost you $5, 10 no's, and you'll have lost the game. We'll give you one more bit of help. Mr. Gustel is salaried. With that, we'll begin the general questioning with Mr. Block.
Do you deal in services?
Yes.
When you do what you do, does what you do make you happy? Can you do what you do in a sitting position?
Yes.
Can you also do it lying down?
No.
1 down and 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Well, that sure helped me a lot. When you're in a sitting position doing what you do, are you sitting at a desk?
When you do it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
You could also be not sitting at a desk.
That's right.
And still sitting. Well, let's go back a little. Is there any product involved in your services?
Yes.
Do you purvey these services by going from place to place?
I won't give many hints, huh?
No hints. I can
Why
say
don't you
that
give
he
us a
would.
hint?
He would move about some. Would you say that was true?
Yes.
And in moving about, do you deal with men and women both?
Yes.
and you render your services to these people.
Yes.
Is the product that is involved with your service something that might be found in a home?
Yes.
Would it be found in the average home?
Well, let us say this, that it could be, but there's a degree of selectivity left to the home itself. It could, if it wants it, it could easily have it. If it doesn't want it, it wouldn't have it. Let's put it that way. Go ahead, Mr.
Is this something that is useful?
At times, I'd say it was useful, yes.
Well, I mean, you mean in the particular sense of its being a necessity or a luxury?
Oh, no, I
Just
don't
if
mean
it's useful. I'd say it was useful.
If it has any sort of function.
Yes, I'd say it was useful. I mean, you would put it to good use if you wanted it.
Is it in any way ornamental?
No.
No, I don't think so. 2 down and 8 to go, and we have, I think, time for only a few questions. So go on, Mr. Cerf.
Is the product that you're connected with used inside the house?
Yes.
Is it used in any particular part of the house?
It would
Yes.
tend to be, I think, in many cases.
Would it be used on the ground floor of a house?
Yes.
Would it be used in the dining room?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something to eat?
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
I think Mr. Gerstle has eaten it once in a while from the way he answered. Is it something that is decorative in any way? Was that established?
No, that was established
That
when we said it wasn't. So you go ahead.
Established. Is it something that you would put food into or put things into?
There are occasions when you would put food into it, I think, don't you?
No.
Huh? There are occasions when it would. You've got time for one more question.
Is it large and is it big enough or small enough to hold in your hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Could you carry this from the kitchen to the dining room?
Yes.
I can't allow any more questions. We'll have to give it to Mr. Gerstle by default. He is a wine taster. And thank you very much for being our guest on What's My Line, sir. You win your full prize. Good night. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you a preview look at a picture of one of the challenges whose lines our panel will be asked to try and identify on our next program. But first, here's a message of interest from Stopette.
Brother, it's cold outside. But, brother, it's hot inside. Yes, under the heavy layers of winter clothing and in stuffy rooms and offices, perspiration is as serious a problem in winter as it is in summer. And it's time this man, who doesn't use a deodorant on cold days, discovered Stopette. Yes, millions have turned from old-fashioned deodorants to new Stopette spray deodorant. Once you try it, you'll know why they call Stopette the deodorant that is changing a nation's habits. Just a quick squeeze of the bottle. Poof, there goes perspiration. Just remember to hold the bottle strictly upright. Then Stopette always gives you a mist-fine spray like this. So gentle, so safe for skin and clothes. You never touch Stopette. Hardly know it touches you. And you'll love Stopette's economy, too. Family size, $1.25 plus tax. Travel size, just 60 cents plus tax. At all cosmetic counters.
Next week at this same time, our panel of experts will be asked, "What's my line?" by this man. Would you know what his occupation is? Could you spot his line? Well, for the answers to this and other personality puzzles, be sure to tune in again next Sunday evening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when once again Stopette invites you to play What's My Line? For other localities, check your newspaper for the time and the date of our weekly series. Until then, this is John Daly saying good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Bennett.
Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Hal.
I just wanted to tell you about a combination wine and carbona.
Oh, fine.
It not only hits the spot, but removes it.
Fine. And good night,
Bye, John.
Good night, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?